You guys, this is a 360 flared. This is also a 360 flared, but this is a very full 360 flared, and in this video I'm going to show you how to cut both. Okay, so we are starting with the 360 flared. Okay, so this is 360 flared we're starting with, and the first thing I did was I grabbed my fabric, I folded it into two. Okay, then I folded it again. Sure, you saw the way I folded it. You fold into two, then you fold it again. Okay, so this is giving us 4 layers of fabric. Okay, so the next I went ahead to do was I cut out the excess fabric I don't need, depending on the length you are working with. Okay, I worked with length of about 13 inches. I can't remember because it's been a while, guys. So depending on the length you're working with, that determines how much you fold. Okay, so now I flip the fabric to the other side. The next I went ahead to do is I was just trying to eyeball before I mark to see if I can get my waist there. I'm working with waist 32. So this 32 includes like my sewing allowance and everything. So 32 divided by 4 will give me 8. So after doing that thing, after eyeballing it, I kind of guessed where I could get the 8 inches from. Okay, so which is what I'm just trying to mark there. Okay, it is different for everybody, so depends on the waist you're working with. That depends how further down or how up you mark your measurement. Okay, so this is giving like cone shape, not giving like, this is cone shape. So after marking, the next I went ahead to do was to measure to see if I got exactly 8 inches that I needed. Okay, and I realized that I had 10 inches, which was way too much. So I went up by about half an inch and I measured again. Now this is a tip for you if you're marking your flared. If what you measured out is too big, just go up by about half an inch. You will get your desired measurement. Okay, so after doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was to measure again, and I got exactly 8 inches. Now from that point I went down and I marked about 13 inches. The measurement is a little shaky in my head right now because it's been a while I filmed this tutorial. I marked 13 inches. Now you're going to mark from different points because this is a flared, it is not straight. So you want to make sure all the measurements are even on all sides. So after marking, taking my desired length, the next thing I went ahead to do was to connect all my markings together. Now see that straight line I'm joining? I'm just drawing a straight line, not joining, drawing. I'm just drawing a straight line to take out the excess that I don't need so that the material will still look good. Okay, so after doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was to cut the hem, and I cut the top, and this is the 360 flared. Very simple, very straightforward. Now to cut this very full 360 flared, you have to understand how it works. It's also known as a 720 degrees flared, okay, which is 360 flared in 2 pieces. That's in 2 places, one for front, one for back, which means you're going to divide your waist by 2, okay, because you're cutting one for front and one for back. So let's work with waist 32. So 32 divided by 2 inches will give, divided by 2, not 2 inches, divided by 2 will give me 16, which means 16 inches for front, 16 inches for back. So for each piece of flared, you know it's on a fold of 4, you're going to divide your waist by 4. So the 16 divided by 4 equals to 4. Okay, so by the time we fold into 4, okay, by the time we fold into 4, we're going to mark 4 inches here. Let's just assume that we marked 4 inches. The width of the waist there is 4 inches, which is what we just went ahead to mark. So this one piece now, by the time you open it up, is 16 inches. This will give us the front part. Now you're going to use that part, this front part you have, to cut the back part. Okay, so which is what I went ahead to do. I just grabbed the pieces for the front part, I placed it on this back part. Of course, this back part is on a fold of 4. You guys know how we folded the first one. That is how we are folding this other one again. So it's simply your waist divided by 4, your waist divided by 2. You fold into 4, you cut the front part. Then you also fold into 4 and cut the back part. So that is how you get this very full 360 flared, which is also a 720 degrees flared. So after doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was just to cut one layer open, not the 2, one layer open, because you need to join it by the sides. Okay, so I cut one layer open. Okay, one of the folds, I cut one of the folds open, because by the time you're done cutting this, all the sides will be locked, so you need to open one side. Okay, so I cut one of the folds open, both for the front piece and for the back piece. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share. If you're watching from YouTube, make sure you give this video a thumbs up so that people know that this video is a good video and you enjoy this. If you're watching from Facebook, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe. Love you. Bye.